Welcome to your Pilates Reformer workout. Today we're going to do a mid-length workout focused on abs, arms, and glutes. If you'd like an extended version of this workout, please join my membership. You can check the first pinned comment down below. I post weekly workout plans, exclusive videos, tons of challenging prop work and variations, so that's the place to be. To get started, load on one heavy spring headrest will go down and turn to face the poles. Before you get too comfortable, hit the subscribe button. I have free workouts every single week. So let's face the headrest. We're gonna put our feet onto the headrest, scoot your body pretty far forward, take the straps, thread your hands through them, wear them like bracelets, and hold on to the ropes above the hardware. We're gonna start by sitting up as tall as we can. So we're trying to not just round into the spine, but lift out of the low back. Take a deep breath in, roll your shoulders back. Exhale, draw your navel in toward your spine. Start to roll your spine down one bone at a time until you find a really big scoop position, the C curve. Deep breath in. Exhale, roll it up one bone at a time until you're sitting up really tall. Let's continue that. Deep breath in. Exhale, rolling down, melting the spine down one bone at a time. And we're really trying to draw that abdomen in and up, like you're pulling your belly button up toward your sternum. Let's take about 4 or 5 more of those on your own time, and I'll just talk at you about form while I do it. So each time you roll down, and while you're rolling up for that matter, we really want to focus on keeping the collarbone wide. So it's really common to see people let the shoulders shrug forward as a method of getting into their curl, this big C curve, but really the collarbone is not something we want to have be a part of that curl. All of that curve should be happening in that tuck under of the pelvis as you start getting going, that roll down of the spine, and almost a sensation of someone pulling your ribs back or drawing your belly button back behind you. Sit up nice and tall. Let's do one more like this. And it's okay to bring your gaze down to your abdomen, somewhere around your belly button or your rib cage. Good. Sit up tall. Now we're going to add some variations onto this. So next time we roll down, we're going to hold that big scoop. Collarbone is wide. Belly button is drawn back toward the mat. And we're going to start to march the legs up and down one at a time. So one leg goes down to the headrest in between. So the important thing, we want to keep the neck and shoulders really relaxed. And you'll feel the difference when you get the shoulders down and the collarbone widened. You'll feel a lot more work around the serratus. Good. If this is feeling really doable, lift up the opposite leg so that you now have 0 feet down on the headrest in between. And if that's too much, of course, keep 1 foot down at a time. One more each side and rest. Okay, roll up, have a break. Roll out your shoulders, and here you can let the shoulders come forward, find a little roundness through the spine. Shimmy side to side, do what you gotta do. And next we're gonna roll back to that position. Lifting it up out of the low back before we get started, curling the pelvis under, spine rolls down. I'm gonna scoot my body forward just a little bit. Scoot it back a little too much. Now we're gonna bring one leg up to tabletop, extend that leg out to 45. Exhale, bring it in. Abdomen is drawing in and up the whole time. And again, if that's not challenging enough for you, bring the opposite leg up to tabletop. You may need to scoop into your curl a little deeper. That's fine too. And as always, if that feels too challenging, keep that opposite leg down onto the mat. Good. So that was 8. We're going to go for the other leg. Same thing. Left leg will extend out to 45 degrees. Exhale, bring it back in. Abs are scooped in and up. And again, if you'd like to lift the opposite leg up to tabletop, just make sure you are really deep in that C curve. Your shoulders are rolled back. And again, if it's too much, keep that foot down. Good. Place the foot down, roll the spine up. Ooh, sit up nice and tall. I'm really feeling that in the serratus big time today, but that's good. Close the stopper for a sec. Just fold over your legs. Let your body relax, let your spine round. In less of a controlled position, you can rock your weight side to side. Feel any tension in your low back start to release. And sit up nice and tall. Place the straps wherever they need to be. Let's move on. For the next sequence, we can add either one heavy spring or one light spring. We're going to do our arm pulls and reverse knee stretches for lower arms, upper body, all that good stuff. So when you're ready, come to kneeling on your reformer facing the poles once again. We will bring the hands to the frame, walking them a little bit past your shoulders. So the goal here is we want to be in an all-fours position with a neutral spine. What I mean by that is we don't want to tuck the pelvis under and we don't want to arch the back and pop the butt, essentially. Once we've found that position, we're going to push up through the palms, draw your navel into spine like you're trying to pull your abdomen in. That's going to kick on your transverse abdominis, the TVA. We're going to take a big breath in and exhale. Pull the carriage forward using your arms and your core only. Arms back and abs. We're holding and now we release. If you need a little more resistance, walk your hands out or change the spring. If you need a little less, lower the spring or walk your hands a little closer in toward your knees. Let's keep it going. We'll repeat this a few times. Big breath in. Exhale, push up through the palms. Draw your abdomen in toward your spine. Big exhale. We pull forward, hold. The goal is to have shoulders right over the wrists. Or just about. And bring it in. Good. If you need to roll out your wrists, take a moment to do that now. And let's take the last three in quick succession. Okay, so we're going to push up through the palms. Exhale, lift through the pelvic floor. Abs are on. We pull forward, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, release. Deep breath in. Exhale, pull forward, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Once more. Big inhale, exhale, pull forward, hold for 5, and take care not to let the inner crook of the elbow point forward and hyperextend the arms. I want those roughly facing inward. And release. Good. Roll out your wrists one more time. Take a child's pose if you need to. We're going to move into our reverse knee stretches or knee pulses for lower abdominals. So this one might feel, as you're doing it, like it should be all about quads, but it really should be mostly about your low abs. So I'll talk you through it. We're going to take that same exercise as our prep that we just did. Big inhale. Exhale, pull forward using your abs and your arms. Once we're here, we're going to hold the arms still. Pulse the knees in and then let them come out. Pulse the knees inward, let them come out. So we don't want to be tucked under with the spine and we don't want to be arched. We want to keep that neutral spine here, at least for now. Spoilers. So we're going to pulse and pulse. So to keep this from being all about the legs and bring it into the core, you can exhale as you bring it forward, really firmly like you're blowing up a balloon or blowing up birthday candles. You can also imagine an industrial strength rubber band pulling your two hip bones together. 2 more like this. Pull forward, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and close the stopper. Take a quick child's pose. Once you get there, wow, that's taking forever. Hips down to your heels, arms reach forward. Stretch out your body. Big breath in, exhale. Let it go. All right, so arms. I've flipped on to one extra light spring. You could do a light spring if you don't have access to that or you want something a little bit more. If you have double loops on your reformer straps, you could do the long one for a little less intensity, the short one for a little more intensity. Now, this is one of my favorite series. I haven't done it for a long time, so a little out of practice, and I think we'll have fun doing it. So standing up really tall, left hand can be down by your side or on your hip. Right arm is bent, palm facing your ear. Deep breath in. Exhale, squeeze your core in, squeeze your glutes, extend your arm up over your head. Bend the elbow down, bring it in slowly with control. So that elbow can come down past your shoulder if you wanted to. I like that because it tends to recruit the back in a slightly different way. We're gonna exhale, push up. Keep that right shoulder down as that arm extends up. So just take care to make sure your wrist is not flexing to try to do the bulk of this work. Good. 4 more. Last 3, make sure you control that return of the carriage back in and you don't slam it, please. Final 2. And last 1. Good. Now we're going to flip your palm to face down. This hand is going to start right in front of your sternum. The left arm extends out to your side. Standing up really tall, core is on. We're going to exhale, push the hand into the strap, reach forward right in line with your shoulder. Hand comes right back in front of your sternum or in front of your shoulder, not back here somewhere. Exhale, twist through the torso, reach forward. Control the carriage, return as you come back. Exhale. So I really want you to think about rotating through the ribs or through your upper mid-back, somewhere around the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. Good. And as you extend forward, make sure you're not rounding into the back. Want to keep the chest really open. And we're not flexing the spine or arching the spine to get here. We're trying to figure out how to work our arms and also rotate the rib cage without making any gnarly compensations. And we're getting a lot of shoulder too. Very nice. Let's flip that strap to your left hand. Walk the knees a little further out. Your right hand will go on top of the shoulder block. Reach your left arm up and over. We're going to go for our tricep extensions. Palm faces up, and you can grip the strap in a fist or keep your hand wide. We're going to extend the arm up and bend the elbow, bring it down. So really take care to make sure this is just a hinge at the elbow. You're not letting the elbow go side to side. And we're not flexing through the wrist or bending through the wrist as this happens. Good, hopefully feeling this a lot through the back of the arm. And if you feel like the strap is coming close to your nose, just feel like your ears are backing up so you can bring your head back a little bit. Just got myself. Last one. Very good. Now, let's flip to kneeling. Bring your palm to face your right hip. Your right arm can be down by your side or resting on your hip. We're going to bring the elbow up and lower it down. So we're just raising the elbow to the side. Abs are on, glutes are on. This is 3. We're feeling the back mobilize here. Shoulder blade mobilize, and the back muscles kick on to do that. Good. This is 6. Now we're going to practice drawing a sword. Same motion to start. Lift the elbow. Now flip your palm to face forward. Extend your arm out on a diagonal. Bend the arm. Keep the elbow high. Place it back down right next to your hip. So it's like you're brandishing a sword. Out to the side. Now you're putting it back in its sheath. Hopefully everything in your spine, the rest of your body, is staying as still or as stable as a photograph. Your left arm is the movie here. Good. Let's take one more to make it 5. Very nice. Good. Lots of shoulder there. Flip the strap into your other palm. Sit down. You can kneel or be cross-legged, whatever works for you. Bit of rotator cuff work. Take the strap into your left palm. Your left hand will flip so that the palm is facing the ceiling. You can hold onto the rope and use it to pull a little bit if this becomes really challenging. Otherwise, let it go. We want to start with the fingertips directly in line with the shoulders. If you're starting somewhere over here where the fingers are pointing to the right, this is going to be awful. So awful for you. When you're ready, we're going to pull the strap to the side, hold for 3, 2, 1. Bring it right back in. So you'll notice, or hopefully you'll notice, my elbow is anchored into my waist, like it's cemented there. It's not coming away from the body. As soon as that happens, this turns into a really different exercise. So we're just sending the fingertips over to the left and bringing it right back. Palm stays facing up. Again, if this is too hard, if you can only move a centimeter, give yourself a little support on the strap with that other hand. Another tip, this does not need to go all the way out to the side. That's really, really difficult. So work within the range of motion you have. If that means you have 2 centimeters, great. Do the 2 centimeters. Work up to it over time. Hold. And back. I want to do one more here. Pull to the side. Hold. And back. That one burns, but it feels very stabilizing. When you're ready, close the stopper. Let's go to the other side. We'll do the other arm. So when you're ready, grab the other strap. We're going to start kneeling on the machine, standing on our shins. Right hand is resting down on your hip or down by your side. Bend the left arm, flip the palm to face your ear. We're going to extend the left arm up over your shoulder, keeping that palm facing inward. Bend the arm, bring it down. Now, if you're going, why is this arm so tired? Guess what? You just did the rotator cuff work on the other side. So yes, it will definitely be more tired because you've already worked it some. Good. We're going to take 5 more of these to make it 8. And some reminders. Do your best to keep that left shoulder down as the arm extends. And also work to keep your core engaged so you have the proper support into this one. We don't want the torso wiggling around here. Because again, as the saying goes, everything in Pilates is a core exercise. Good. Last one. Oh yeah, that's definitely harder than on the other side. Right arm reaches out, flip your left palm to face down. Bring the hand right in front of the sternum. Left elbow is lifted. So take care here not to lean back as a compensation strategy. We want to still keep the ribs right over the hips. Shoulder down. Big breath in, exhale. Twist through the torso, reach the arm, bend the elbow, bring it right back to starting. So I like to think of my rib cage as a hinge. Think about that hinge closing down, especially as you twist. So that's where the tendency to extend back, lean back, tends to really come into play the most. Wow, my left shoulder is really tired from the other side, so this is dramatically harder than the last one was. Good. And once again, as you reach forward, try to resist the urge to curve the spine to feel like you're getting a little more range out of this. I really, frankly, don't care that much about the range as long as you're isolating the shoulder and getting that twist, that rotation through the rib cage, ideally without starting to bend back. 2 more. Last one. Okay, I'm really glad we're done with this left shoulder because I'm starting to lose it. Left hand down on the shoulder block. Step the knees away, give yourself a little bit of space. Reach your right arm up over the shoulder. We're gonna hinge at the elbow, extend the arm up to the ceiling. Keep that pressure up and away from the shoulder block on that left hand. So here it's all about the back of the right arm. 5 more. And if you're working on a light spring rather than an extra light spring and you start to get very fatigued earlier than 8 reps, do not beat yourself up. This is a really tough one to build endurance on and strength on. So do what you can. Take breaks and do as many reps as you are able to. Two more. Oh, that's getting really challenging. Oh. Last one. Oh, I have to really fight for that one. My right side is my weak side. Good. All right, stand up tall. We're gonna go for our jig and draw sword. Left hand on your left hip. Right hand stops right in front of the left hip. You're gonna lift the elbow, lower it back down. Lift the elbow, lower it back down. 4 more. Feeling your back muscles working. And that right shoulder. You want to feel your back muscles. You want to feel your shoulder blade moving along your back as that elbow lifts and moves to the side. Good. Now let's draw a sword. Elbow lifts. We extend the arm out to the side, palm faces forward, bend the elbow, place it back down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift the elbow, extend up and out to the side, bend the elbow, and place it back down. Now, again, you may be very fatigued on this side, or maybe your right arm is dramatically stronger than the other side, and this is a piece of cake for you. Either way, just take stock of what's happening in your body and try to resist the urge to wiggle around too much in the torso, and also resist the urge to lift that right shoulder too much. All right, I'm ready to sit down. I don't know about you. Close the stopper with control. Kneel, sit cross-legged, whatever does it for you. We're gonna sit down, and when you're ready, take the strap, put it in your right hand, pull the carriage out so that your fingertips are right in front of your right shoulder. You're really cementing that right elbow into your side. Sitting up really tall, we're just gonna wing the fingers out to the side, hold, and return. Out to the side, hold, and return. And again, if you need that little light touch, that little light pull on the rope to get you through this one, just to lighten the load, you're 100% welcome to do that. You should absolutely feel empowered to make adjustments as needed. Now we're just taking this out to the side, holding for a count of 3, and returning. Out to the side, and return. Let's do 2 more. Out to the side, hold, and return. Last one, out to the side, and return. Beautiful job. Good, release that strap. Close the stopper with control. We've got one last little set of glutes before we go. Switch to either one heavy spring or one light spring. Lie down on your right side. Your head can go onto a yoga block, or you can just rest it on your bicep or your hand. Lickety split. We're gonna draw the knees into tabletop. Your spine will be long. We're gonna take this strap, place it over the knee, onto the thigh. We're gonna do a little bit of my favorite glute series. So, nice and express style. Stack your hips, send your top hip away from you. Flex the feet. We lift and lower. We're gonna go for 8, 7. We wanna keep the spine really, really stable here. This is 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Hip height pulses up and down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift a little higher, knee down to knee. Lift, heel down to heel. Big lift, internally rotate. Lift, heel down to heel. So you see, it's almost like my hip is folding the leg down and folding the leg down each time I switch positions, because all of that rotation we want happening right in the hip socket. So as you lower down, we want the top knee to meet the bottom knee and the top heel to meet the bottom heel. That is what tells you if you are getting this through true rotation in the hip, or if you're starting to shift a little bit and cut some corners. Last one. And switch. Take a little rest. We're gonna finish up with circles and then a little finisher. So when you're ready, lengthen through the top waist, flex the feet, lift to hip height, circles to the outside for 8, 7, keeping that bottom side really lifted. You want to see a sense of lifting here, whether or not you can see light coming through. Doesn't matter as long as you are not letting your body compress into the mat. Good, 2 more. Abs are still on and engaged. Now we reverse. Out to the side, around and up. Especially with this one, the temptation to crunch into the mat is really strong, but the work is so much more meaningful when you can keep that nice stack of the hips. Last 3, 2, and 1. Back to hip height, rest for 1 second. Whew. And the finisher. Lengthen through the top waist, lift to hip height. We bend and extend the leg with a pointed toe. This is 7. So the carriage might move a little bit, that's okay. 5, you will really start to feel this very quickly. 4, so simple, it's so burny. Last 2, oh geez, and 1. Okay, lower it down, pound it out. If you need to, if that helps you, take the strap off of the leg. We're going to roll over to the other side really quickly, and we'll do the second side and finish up and get you out of here. So when you're ready, roll onto your left side. Make sure you're far enough back that you can stack your legs. We're gonna bring that strap forward, place it on top of your leg, onto your thigh, out onto the foot. Bend your legs so that your knees can be right in front of your hips and your shins parallel to the front of the mat. And again, before we start, you're gonna press your top hip away so we're finding length through the top of the waist and a little lift under these ribs. Flex the feet. You lift the top leg and lower for 8. Abs are on and supporting. Last 5, top hand is gently pressed into the mat. You can place your palm down or your fist. Last 3, 2, second side is always harder, and 1. Hover at hip height pulses up and down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift, internally rotate, knee to knee. Lift, heel to heel. Lift, knee down to knee, taking care not to collapse. Heel down to heel. Lift, big rotation in the hips. Lift, and down. 5 more. And switch. 4. And switch. Once again, trying to get your top knee to meet your bottom knee without compromising the torso. Last 2. Switch. Last 1. And switch. Good. Now you get to rest. Pound it out through the glutes. If you like, once you've recovered somewhat, once again, lengthen through your top waist. Flex the feet. Lift your leg to hip height. Circles to the outside for 8. Abs are on. 7. 6. Slow and steady wins the race. Make it smooth like butter. 4 more. 3. Last 2. And 1. Reverse. We've got 8. 7. This is usually the part where I start to go, why did I give this to them? Why am I doing 8 of these? It's good for you. 4 more. It's good for me. Last 2. And 1. Good. Lower down and relax. Pound it out if you need to. Let your torso just release for a second. Now, we'll do the closer. This is something I started doing with my live classes in New York recently, and I think it's only fair that I do what I'm asking of other people, right? Let's lift the leg up to hip height, point your toe. We're going to extend and bend your leg. Extend and bend, trying to keep your knee stable right where it is. This is 5. This one really burns. 4. Keep your abs on. Keep your waist lifted. 3. So close to done. Last 2. Breathe through it. And 1. Gorgeous job. Lower it down. Pound it out through glutes and outer thigh, whatever you need to do. Let's take that strap off of the leg. Place it down by your side. Take the yoga block out if you have it. And let's place the headrest to the upright position. Before we lie down, let's just add a couple springs on so that we don't go flying. While we're in this stabilized position, let's stretch out the glute work we just did. Pretzel stretch. You can cross your right thigh over your left thigh, pick up your sacrum a little bit, grab onto your shins or your ankles or your feet, and just pull your legs in toward your chest. Once you do that, you probably will feel a really deep glute stretch. And let's bring your legs ever so slightly toward your left shoulder. That will deepen the stretch. If that's way too much, back off, and if any of this is too much, you can always default back to that figure 4 stretch. Good. Switch legs. Good. Left leg on top. Both thighs crossed. Hold on to your shins or your ankles or your feet. Good. Pull the knees in toward your chest. And for a deeper stretch, bring the knees toward your right shoulder. It's not going to be dramatic, but that will give you just a little increase in that glute stretch. Nice. Unfurl the legs, exhale, and roll on up to sitting. You are all done. Thank you so much for being here. If you are not yet subscribed, please subscribe. I have new workouts every single week, and my membership is really fun. You should definitely sign up for that. There are exclusive workouts, weekly workout plans, and so much more. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up so people just like you can find it as well. Thank you so much to my membership supporters who are keeping the lights on around here. Extra special super thanks to the folks who've been with me for 6 months or more, my ride or die crew, and special awards to the folks who've been with me for over a year. I'm so grateful to all of you. Have a wonderful day. See you next time.